I'm Andy Hammond. I'm the author of a book called The Self-Sufficient-ish Bible. It's a big comprehensive guide, and part of the book talks about wild food. There's a lot more sections in it being a Bible, talking about growing things, talking about preserving things, not just wild food, but how we can use them to promote our health, how we can use them as a first aid kit, and that's exactly what we're concentrating on today. What's inspired me to look at natural remedies is just basically, it's something that works with the body a lot more. And after just a slight bit of experimentation of taking a yarrow, elderflower and mint mix when I had a cold, I've just found it worked a lot better than just taking paracetamol or taking a Lemsip or something like that. So really, after that sort of initial hang on, this really works, it's to carry on down that path and just basically, to find something that works in tune with my body and really does work. And it's free, because I can just find it from walking outside my house and going to the local park and picking on the odd bit of yarrow, odd bit of comfrey or whatever's around, really. Yarrow can be found absolutely anywhere, well, grassland predominantly. So go around, look at the edges of your local park, even maybe look in your backyard. And this is what you're looking for. Don't get confused, there are some poisonous lookalikes like hemlock. The second part of the Latin name of yarrow, so it's Achillea millifolia. Millifolia means many leaves. And if you look at the yarrow, it's got many leaves, and it sort of comes out like that. In fact, in the Doctrine of Signatures, they suggested that Doctrine of Signatures was this sort of archaic medical ideas that suggested that herbs looked like what they'd cure. So with yarrow, they thought it helps with circulation. It in fact does help with circulation. But the reason being, if you look, they thought that was the artery with the veins coming off here. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the many leaves. And basically, when I cut my thumb, I rolled it up into a ball, stuck it on, and within seconds, it had stopped bleeding. The other use, again, is to roll it up into a ball and shove it up your nose if you've got a nosebleed, and that will stop the nosebleed. Obviously, it's stopping the blood. And as I touched on a little bit earlier as well, if you've got a cough or a cold or anything like that, then yarrow mixed with elderflower and mint in a tea, infused for 5 to 15 minutes, and then drank, will really help to sort of expel any of those flu symptoms. This is sage, common garden sage. I grew this from seed. And basically you can use this as a toothpaste. So if you're out and about camping or something and you realise that you've forgotten your toothpaste, don't worry. You can get sage, chew it up, and it sort of has that abrasive action. So rub it all over your teeth, right? And it will help clean your teeth. It will help get rid of the plaque, and it also, obviously, you know that sage smells quite nice, so it's really good for a breath freshener as well. And then as a boost, because plaque contains vitamin B12, if you eat it afterwards, then if you're a vegan, you might know that vitamin B12 is quite difficult to get hold of. So by eating the plaque that I've just taken off my teeth, lovely, now I'm getting a source of vitamin B12. So all around, it's a sort of permaculture of the mouth. Lovely. Okay, this leaf might be familiar to some of you. It's comfrey. A lot of people have it grown in their allotments. Or another place you can find it is by ancient byways and highways, especially near old inns. The reason being is that it used to be used all the time for ancient travellers would come along, and if they had broken limbs or bruising of the feet or anything like that, they'd grab some comfrey, pick it, let it wilt down because it can be a bit bristly, and stick it in their shoe. It aids cell division. So what that actually means for us is it helps the bones heal. So same as bruising, it's going to help bruising heal. So comfrey helps with that. Also quite edible and quite nice. These two are similar plants. They're both plantain. We've got ribwort plantain, we've got spear plantain. Both of them medicinally have pretty much the same uses. They're both expectorant. So if you crush it up and stick it in and stick it in a cup cover it in hot water, leave that to infuse for 5 to 15 minutes. It will help expel a chesty cough. But other uses, and one of the extraordinary uses that people often find for this is if you get stung by a stinger nettle and crush up plantain and rub that onto the sting, then it can help alleviate that sting. The same with wasp stings or insect bites, just crush it up and stick it on the sting, and it will alleviate it. And again, it's another one that sort of almost immediately works as well. I often get asked of various different remedies, and people often ask me what they can use from sickness is one of them. And ginger's good, and if you're really throwing up and you can't get anything down, so you can't drink a ginger tea, then you can make a ginger tea, get a flannel, stick that on it, and then stick that over your stomach, and it will absorb in through your stomach. It will absorb in through your stomach. Migraines. If anyone suffers from migraines all the time, something I often get asked because it's one of those chronic things that people really need to find something for, then feverfew is a great one. Take one leaf, eat that a day. It tastes absolutely vile, so stick it in with something else, stick it in with a sandwich. My top tip is to email me, Andy@selfsufficiencies.com, and come on one of my forages.